Scorpio. I feel like you're really in the need for some alone time. With the Hermit card here and the Nine of Swords, you're really in your feelings. You having some self doubt, some anxiety, some depression, a very low mood. Um, and you're starting off the week with the Hermit. Let's go back. You're starting off with the Hermit. You're feeling the need because you have all of this negative or low mood around you. You're feeling the need to go off on your own and try to figure out where this is coming from. Um, and I feel like this has been plaguing y'all for a while. But it's kind of come to a low point right now, and it's just like, okay, I got to do what I need to do. What I feel with the Four of Pentacles, though, you're going to be coming up with ways to gather up your resources to move yourself out of this position. Um, Many of you have been suffering sleepless nights, having some insomnia, or you may actually be doing the opposite for some people, sleeping a lot. But I feel like majority of y'all are just like staying up at night, worrying, overthinking, over analyzing everything, trying to get to an answer. You have the Hermit card here. The answer is going to come. Okay, I feel like actually the answer is within you, but you just I don't feel like you're very sure of yourself right now because of the energy of the Nine of Swords. What you're going to find though is that a lot of this is just in your mind. Not to say that it isn't real, but you're going to realize that, you know what, this is your own personal perspective. This may not actually be how things truly are. Um, and once you come to that realization, you will be gathering up the resources that you need, or yeah, you feel like you need, which may be money. This may be an issue over money. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, with these Four of Pentacles here, you may be feeling like, you know what, I don't know how I'm gonna make it for Christmas. I don't know what I'm going to do. The kids want Christmas this year, and I don't know how I'm make this thing work. And you may be stressing over that. This is like the stress card. This is a stress card to me. But nonetheless, you're going to realize that this is just a temporary thing. I feel like it's very temporary because, right again, um, in the beginning, you have the Hermit card, and he's a very wise man. He knows a lot. And I feel like the Hermit card is going to come in and surpass this level of stress that you have right now. And the Hermit is actually going to be guiding you into the Four of Pentacles. And you're going to be able to gather up that knowledge and that wisdom to do what you need to do. It's like, you know what? Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna be able to get this done. I think first things first, I need to do this, and then second, I need to do that. Let me get my bills and things in order. Let me see if I can rearrange what I need to do. You're gonna be gathering up little things. I also see, so some of y'all might be going to the consignment shop. Odd message. Just got to put it out there. Some of you, this may be your bright idea. Let me gather up these old clothes and gather, or having yard sales, just a way to pick up more money, to pick up more stability. And I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, it is going to come in and bring a more stabilizing energy into the first week of December. So as you move into the second week, what I feel going into the second week, like I said, in the first week, you will be gathering up resources. I'm really feeling like having a sale, maybe selling stuff on eBay. You may realize that I have some things that are worth of some value here with this Four of Pentacles, and you're going to be moving into, making money, bringing some more income into your home. Now, going into the second week, sorry, I had to go back real quick to go forward. But going into the second week, there's some things that still may not seem very clear to you. And what I feel, what the Moon card talks about, this is another major arcana. You have two major arcana cards here in each week. Well, one major arcana card for each week. But with the Moon card here, I think what I feel like it's saying is, going back to the Nine of Swords, how I said that you're going to realize that a lot of this is just a part of your perception. It's not really all that true. Like, you're going to be thinking, there's no way I'm going to be able to come up with all this money. Well, yeah, you did. You did come up with some money because you went and went to the consignment shop. or you sold something, and with the moon card coming in, I feel like it's telling you right up under the hermit card, it's showing you that everything is not as hard as what you think it is. Everything is not what you thought it would be. It I almost feel like the hermit on top of the moon card with his wisdom, he's dispelling all the illusion that the moon card came out to that you thought was present. But when the second week comes in, you're going to be seeing, like, what, I actually was capable of doing so. Now you're in a better position with the Six of Pentacles. Okay, your finances, it may not be completely where you need it to be, but it's way better than it was. Okay, and that's going to make you feel good by the middle of the month, going into December, near the end of next week. It's going to make you feel pretty good. You're going to be coming within more balance for yourself. I feel like this is speaking to a lot of people who are the sole provider, single parent families. It could be single parent, could be maybe, if there's some people, some fellas, some men out there who play the traditional role, who are the providers in the family, and it's their sole. I feel like it's your sole purpose, and you're the sole provider for your family. You're by you figuring out how to roll the root of this thing round and being able to bring money back in, that's going to end some of your stress, because you have right up under the Nine of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. So it's like, where with the Nine of Swords, you are feeling so off balance and so stressed out and so depressed and moody, and you can't sleep. You have the Six of Pentacles coming right back in under there, like balancing you out. Okay, because you figured out a way to make some money, to get some money back into your home. You got your feeling back to yourself. You're feeling one within yourself. If this has been an issue within the family, in a relationship, the relationship is going to pick up better now too. There's going to be more give and take. So yeah, that's pretty good for the first 2 weeks of December. I feel like just ride this first week out. The answer's going to come to you. Okay, you have the Hermit card here. The answer is going to come to you, how you can figure out, you can maneuver yourself through this. And I do feel like very strongly that this is a financial situation with the Four of Pentacles here and with the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, for your Chakra Wisdom Oracle card, release. What I feel like initially, and I'm not really sure what the book has to say. I have the book here, but what I feel like initially, what this is telling you is release anything that release the need to stress over things. Figure out if you can actually if figure out how you can try to solve the problem first before you start stressing out. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's an issue, instead of just getting all your feelings and getting all anxious, stabilize yourself. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay, I don't have any money, but what can I do to bring in money? Don't get in this thing of, woe is me, I never have any money. That's going against the law of attraction. Actually, it is, because you keep thinking that way, you're not going to have any money. You got to figure out how to make money. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the money that you need, you don't have the financial resources that you wish that you would like, instead of saying that, you know what, I don't have it, figure out how you can get it. What can you do? I have all these clothes. I had an old TV downstairs. I could put that up at my job on the board and sell it. I feel like it's just gonna be coming up with ways, gathering up your resources. I really do. And so it just release this. Look at this girl. She's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. But then look, you have the sun trying to shine. Like, these are your answers. You thinking this situation is dead. She's in a graveyard, but it's saying, no, I have answers for you. And that's what the Hermit card is coming in here to say. Now, I really don't know. I don't know what the meaning is in the book, but let's just see. But that's what I'm looking at, how I'm interpreting it. Because again, I am an intuitive reader. But let's see here what it says. And this is tied to your associated with your crown chakra. And That is just telling you that you have to encompass everything. You have to make all your efforts unified. How can your outward efforts be unified if your mind is not totally in it? If your mind is set on you failing, how are you going to be able to come up with be able to get ground yourself to come up with the ideas that you need to do to execute this plan? Okay, and I do feel like this is a money thing. So let's look. Yes, y'all. It says this is the story of release. Shadow Gray Storm. See all that you are, for you possess a power that you have yet to understand. This may feel daunting, but great freedom awaits as you meet your shadow self. Profound inner wisdom is coming to you. Profound inner wisdom. The hermit, old ass man with gray hair, lots of white gray hair. He's lived his life. You have this wisdom. Hold on. Stand steady. You are more than you know. So let's go on and look at any key inspirations or key personal inquiries that you can explore with this. This is about your personal. This is inspiration, y'all. This is about personal responsibility and release of blame. It is time to clear the debris and move on. You cannot move forward while you continue to hide. Personal inquiry. This indicates healing family of origin issues. Am I ready to face my past and let go? Now, how in the little statement here that says I can no longer keep your secrets. What I feel like is in this type of reading, it's talking about I'm really stuck on this family origin of issues. This may have been um, how you've seen your parents interact with money. Money is energy. And just like your thoughts, you have to be mindful of how you think about money. Do you live from a place of lack, or do you live from a place of abundance? Do you always cry broke, or do you always say to yourself that I am wealthy? Now, I am prone to feel like a lot of you feel like you live from a place of lack, not having enough and being stressed over it. And this card is telling you to release that. Release that notion. It may have been a thing if you grew up in a family where, mom and daddy robbed Peter to pay Paul. And so, you may have thought that that's not how you wanted to live your life, but somehow you ended up in that same rut and you just don't know how to get out of it. The way to release it is through your thoughts. Think in the terms of abundance and prosperity, and know that you have enough and you are enough and you attract all good that comes your way because your thoughts are pure, your thoughts are positive. You have a manifestors, if that's a word, I don't know, spirit. You can co-create, let's put it like that. When you realize that you have the ability to co-create, then the money will start to come in because you can create your own reality. That's what I'll tell you with this moon card and the hermit is talking about. That's that wisdom that you're going to remember. Like, you know what? Hold on. I can do this. So release your negative relationship, or your negative relationship with money, your negative relationship with your relationship within yourself, with your doubting your ability to pull yourself out of these trenches. Because I do feel like you feel like you're in a financial trench, but the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles and the Hermit card is coming in, and the Release card is all coming in to tell you, you know what? You may feel like this, but you have the ability to do so, to move yourself out of it. And once you do, you're going to be feeling more balanced. Look at it. You feeling the end of the next week, you have more balance here.